distinguished judges, respected educators, ladies and gentlemen. I have never met a child who wanted to fail. I have met children who were afraid, children who doubted themselves, children who believed that they were not smart enough, children who had quietly convinced themselves that success belonged to everyone else. But I have never met a child who woke up one morning and said, "Today, I want to fail." So perhaps the question is not whether children can learn. The question is whether we are teaching them in ways that allows them to succeed. That single question transformed the way I see education. And today, I stand before you with one unwavering belief. That is, every child can learn. This belief is more than a personal philosophy. It is supported by decades of educational research and reflected in classrooms around the world. Carol Dweck's growth mindset theory reminds us that learners who believe their abilities can be developed through effort, effective strategies, and meaningful support are more likely to embrace challenges and persevere through setbacks. You see, children are not born believing they cannot learn. Sometimes they simply have not yet experienced success. And when they finally do, their confidence begins to grow. Education has never been about producing identical learners. If every child thinks differently, dreams differently, and learns differently, why? Why should we expect every child to learn in exactly the same way? A classroom is one of the most diverse places in society. Within a single classroom, one child learns through stories, another through visuals, another through discussion, and some maybe through technology. These differences are not barriers, they are opportunities. Opportunities for us as educators to become more creative, more innovative, perhaps even more responsive. Because true education is never about asking children to fit our teaching. It is about adapting our teaching to fit our children. While educational research provides valuable insights, it is within our classroom that these principles truly come to life. As a teacher in a small rural school, I witness this reality every single day. Every pupil walks into my classroom carrying something invisible. Some carry confidence, some carry fear, some carry the belief that they are simply not good enough. One particular pupil struggled tremendously with English. Reading was difficult, speaking was even harder. Like many beginning teachers, my first instinct was to explain the lesson again. Yet, very little change. So, one afternoon, while preparing my next lesson, I realized something. Perhaps I had been asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, why isn't this child learning? I began asking, what can I do differently? That single question changed me as a teacher. I redesigned my lessons, I introduced educational games, visual learning, simple storytelling, interactive digital activities. Most importantly, I stopped celebrating perfection. I started celebrating progress instead. One correct word became one correct sentence. One sentence became confidence. Confidence became participation. And participation finally became growth. That experience taught me something I will never forget. Sometimes a child does not need to change. Sometimes the teacher does. John Hattie, whose research synthesizes thousands of studies on student achievement, reminds us that effective teaching remains one of the most influential factors affecting learning outcomes. That finding gives me hope because it reminds us that teachers matter not because we have all the answers, but because we continue searching for better questions, better strategies, and better ways to reach every learner. That experience also taught me another important lesson. If education is evolving, then teachers must evolve too. Today, we have opportunities that previous generations of educators could only imagine. One of the opportunities is artificial intelligence. Today, artificial intelligence is transforming the way we teach, learn, and create knowledge. For some, this transformation raises an important question. Will artificial intelligence replace teachers? I believe we should be asking a different question. How can artificial intelligence help teachers ensure that every child learns? The future of education is not defined by artificial intelligence alone. It is defined by the teachers who knows how to use artificial intelligence purposefully and responsibly. When used responsibly, AI enables us to prepare differentiated learning materials in minutes. It helps us create engaging classroom activities, generate visual learning resources, design assessment that caters to different learning abilities. It also provides timely feedback that supports continuous improvement. More importantly, it allows teachers to spend less time preparing paperwork and more time preparing children for life. This vision aligns with the Malaysian education blueprint, which emphasizes leveraging technology to enhance the quality of teaching and learning while strengthening teachers' professional practice. However, technology is only as powerful as the teacher who uses it. Artificial intelligence can personalize learning and provide information, but only teacher can nurture confidence, inspire curiosity, and recognize the unique potential within every learner. When innovation and compassion work hand in hand, classrooms become places where learning is meaningful, inclusive, and accessible for every child. That is the future of education I believe in. Yet, even as technology transforms education, one truth remains unchanged. Learning begins with human connection. Technology is most powerful when it strengthens, not replaces the relationship between teachers and learners. UNESCO reminds us that inclusive and equitable quality education is fundamental to ensuring that every learner has the opportunity to reach his or her full potential. Inclusion is not about lowering expectation, it is about removing barriers. It is about recognizing that equality means giving every learner the same opportunity, while equity means giving every learner what they need to succeed. As educators, our responsibility extends far beyond completing a syllabus. We prepare young people not only for examinations but for life. We nurture resilience, curiosity, critical thinking, and above all, the confidence to believe in their own potential. As education continues to evolve, we too must evolve. We should embrace innovation, including artificial intelligence, not as a replacement for teachers, but as a tool that enables us to teach more effectively and reach every learner. So allow me to conclude with the same thought I shared at the beginning. I have never met a child who wanted to fail. I've only met children who were waiting for someone to believe in them and to teach them in a way that helped them succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, our greatest achievement as educators will never be measured solely by examination results, but by the lives we inspire and the futures we shape. Because every child deserves the opportunity to learn. May we always be the teachers who make the opportunity possible. Thank you.